I really, at this point, I hate talking about race. But once again, due to recent events, I feel compelled to have to say or do something about it. But let me tell you what I know will help save Black lives. And this isn't even so much advice as it is me telling you what happened to me as a young Black boy that saved my life. Those of you that know me and know my story know that I attribute much of my success to my mother, the original hustler, right? My mother worked at Rikers Island, okay? Rikers Island, yes, the sinister, notorious prison. Now, on a daily basis, my mother would come home from work with a very sad look on her face, and she would tell us the stories of all the wonderful, well-mannered, well-spoken, and intelligent Black boys that she sees every day that remind her of her own children. The difference is, these boys that she goes to work to see each and every day are locked up in cages like animals. And as a result of that experience, seeing that day to day, in and out, my mother would say to us that she would never let that happen to us. And her bottom line was simple, that she needed to do, that we needed to do everything we could to stay out of the criminal justice system, right? To stay out of it, stay far away and out of that system, because it was her contention, her belief, her observation, right? That once you get caught up in the system, it's hard to get out. And as a parent, there's very little you can do to control the situation. And there's many instances that she had seen where people got lost in the system, right? So that was her bottom line, never to get caught up in the system. Do what you needed to do to stay the hell away from it. So these are some of the things that she said or had done for us in our household that kept us out of the system and ultimately saved our lives. Number one, she made us fully aware that the system was unfair and unjust. And it was like that by design, not by accident. Number two, she helped us understand and made clear to us that the rules were different for different people based off of race, based off of gender, based off of financial situation, and based off of people's popularity and affiliation with other people, right? She was very clear about this. And these were realities that we had to accept in our household, and making sure that we knew that as we navigated life as young Black men. She made sure that we didn't travel in large groups, because she said in their eyes, when Black people travel, when Black boys in particular travel in large groups, they're seen as a gang. So don't do it, son. She made sure that we did not hang out at night, especially late night and on weekends. She would never allow us to do that. As a result of this awareness, she wouldn't let us dress according to the popular trends at the time, because a lot of that was seen as streetwear or street gear, and she didn't want us affiliated, associated with anything street, urban, or criminal, because it caught the attention of the people that she didn't want us to be around, i.e. the police, right? And I remember this specifically, I came up in the 80s, we used to, there was that, dyeing your pants with the bleach, and, I had the jeans with the rips. And I remember coming home and saying, Mom, I want to bleach and cut up my jeans like the other kids. And one of the kids was my friend. It was a white kid named Billy. Billy, and I'll never forget Billy, right? Billy was my good friend. I'm from Long Island, so, I'm used to diversity, right? And she said to me, son, you cannot wear your jeans cut up and with that, with the bleach on them. And I said, why? I said, Billy can do it. She said, yes, but Billy is white, and white kids can do that. This is before the term privilege even became a thing, right? She would tell us, white people and white kids have the ability to do certain things that you can't, because they're not seen as criminals when they do it, but you are. You cannot dress that way. Another major idea she really implanted in our minds was to make sure that we kept our nose clean, right? That we stayed legal, because one of her sayings was never give them a reason to lock you up. You understand? Never give them a reason to shoot you or beat you down or what have you. Now, as much as she wanted us to stay away from police, she was aware that chances are we would be confronted by police in some way, shape, or form. So she said, this is what you do. Make sure you always show your hands. Whether they ask you or not, make sure your hands are clear for them to see. She said, always comply with what they ask and do and ask of you. Just comply. And when you do it, be polite. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. She said, be calm as you're being polite, right? And do not resist or run. Again, do not give them a reason to detain you any longer than necessary, and of course, to put hands on you or pull guns on you. Right? This was a survival technique and strategy. Not only did she want us to stay clean and legal, she made sure that we were clear to stay away from people that were doing dirt, right? Because you know, if you're standing next to somebody that does dirt, chances are that dirt's going to get on you. She said, stay away from that. Guilty by association is real. She gave us advice about women that saved my life. She said, son, be careful of the women you choose. She said, make sure you never put your hands on a woman. Always wear a condom. No means no. My mother was a strict disciplinarian. So anytime we were out of order, she made sure to put the fear of God in us to make sure that we didn't step out of line again. Moms was not playing. So these are some of the things that saved my life. I'm not here to argue with anyone about whether they think it's right or wrong or fair or unfair. It's not what it's about. This is what saved my life. And I know for a fact it will save other lives. And if you care enough, if you're concerned enough about these types of issues, and you work with Black boys or even have Black boys in your household, that you would share it with any educators, activists, or parents that you know. And of course, any young Black male out there that's trying to make their way through this system. Again, my name is Hotep, president and founder of Hustle University, offering what I can to this situation, saying and meaning peace.